Is your money safe for retirement? You see, to keep your money secure when you retire, you must understand shortfalls. These happen when your monthly bills cost more than the income you have. But what do you do when this happens? How do you get ready for it? One way is to plan where your income will come from when you need more money. In today's video, we'll teach you how to make sure your money is safe when you retire, even if you don't have enough. Hi, I'm Jason Bergquist. I'm the owner and founder of retirementofyourdreams.com. Today, we're starting with part one of three-part video series called Money Security to create the retirement of your dreams. In this series, we'll talk about one, unlocking the full potential of your retirement investments. Two, navigating retirement scenarios, one income source or insufficient funds. And three, while relying on asset accumulation alone poses retirement challenges. Let me introduce myself if we still need to meet. I'm Jason Bergquist. I'm empowering individuals and families to create the retirement of their dreams. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've seen all the ups and downs in the markets since 2000. My whole goal is to help educate people, empower them to understand how to set up the retirement of their dreams and bring hope back into their lives. I realized this was my calling back in about 2010 when I was going through a divorce. And at that time, I was a financial low. And I realized that I wasn't practicing what I preached. So I committed to practicing what I preached and became an independent financial professional and a certified financial fiduciary. This experience allowed me to learn and figure out and always do what's in the best interest of my clients, regardless of how it pays me. Now I have a team of experts helping me figure out all the best options that are out there to empower you to create the retirement of your dreams. Part one of this three-part video series called Money Security to create the retirement of your dreams consists of three parts today that we're going to go over. So in this series, we're going to talk about one, unlocking the full potential of your investments for retirement. Two, navigating retirement scenarios, one income source or insufficient funds. And three, while relying on asset accumulation alone possesses retirement challenges. Let's begin. Number one, unlocking the full potential of your investments for retirement. It's not just about the money you have. It's about knowing how to use it wisely. Many folks have worked hard, saved diligently, and made investments, but they aren't sure how to set up these investments to ensure that they last throughout their entire retirement. I empower people every day who are going through this scenario. They have the retirement funds, investments, and assets, but they still worry about outliving their money. Let me share a story with you about a client named Steve to illustrate this. Steve was a career employee at a major telecom company. He saved diligently. He had a solid 401k. He even had a pension. However, things took a turn when his company started downsizing and laying off employees. Steve began to worry about job security and, more importantly, whether he had enough money to retire. Steve, like many others, had heard about the 4% rule. This rule suggests that you should have enough money to last throughout retirement if you only withdraw 4% of your investments annually. However, that's not guaranteed. Many factors must be considered. For instance, Steve earned a six-figure income and had saved nearly $800,000. He also expected additional income from his pension. But even with these assets, he questioned if it would be enough. Think about it. When you're working, when do you spend the bulk of your money? On the weekends, right? When you go out, play golf, get your hair done, go on vacations, take the kids places, all these activities we love to do. But in retirement, every day is like a Saturday. Many people expect to spend less in retirement, but that isn't typically true. Could Steve make it on $70,000 or $80,000 a year? Well, it seemed possible. However, applying the 4% rule would mean living on more like $32,000 a year from his investments. 4% of 800,000, 32,000. Now, there is some additional funds from Social Security and a pension if you have one like Steve, but still, this is where it gets tricky, as you'll need to pay taxes on that amount as well. And Steve also had to consider his Social Security income, which was about $25,000 before taxes. Balancing all these variables is complex. Steve was concerned and didn't want to rely solely on the 4% rule, especially if the markets took a downturn. We must set clear goals and plan for retirement to tackle this. We must understand what you want to do in retirement and how you'll pay for it. This is where Steve found himself. He had several income sources, including his 401k, Social Security, and a pension. But he worried about whether his pension would be reliable if the company would keep paying that throughout his whole life. This is where a clear retirement plan is essential. It's not just about what you want, but when you want it. So that takes us on to teaching point number 2, navigating retirement scenarios, one income source or insufficient funds. There are two main scenarios to consider when planning for retirement. One source of income. If you find yourself with only one source of income, such as Social Security or a 401k or a pension, you might feel limited. This income source becomes the focal point of your retirement plan. Insufficient funds. Alternatively, you may have multiple income sources, but not enough money to retire comfortably. For instance, if you have a Social Security and a 401k and a pension, maybe some others, it may not be sufficient to maintain your desired lifestyle in your retirement. In both scenarios, it's crucial to examine your situation closely. Sometimes people reach this point because they didn't take full advantage of the retirement planning opportunities throughout their working years. However, it's never too late to reassess and make the necessary adjustments to secure your financial future. Consider the case of Rhonda, who was a federal employee. She had a retirement account from her job and some pension benefits. When she decided to retire, she faced the challenge of turning her investments, her TSP account, into immediate income to replace her work income. Converting her investments into an income stream meant Rhonda had to adapt her lifestyle to live on a fixed income. This is a common situation, and it's vital to understand where you are financially and what resources you have to work with. To address these scenarios, you must comprehend your employer's retirement plans, whether they provide tax-free or tax-deferred benefits. You may want to enjoy your go-go years in your early retirement, when you have the health to travel, go, and do the things you always dreamed of. When you finally have the time to do the things that enjoy them, followed by your slow go years when you travel less and therefore spend less. And eventually there are the no go years when medical expenses increase. We'll work together to understand your situation. Sometimes we must face the fact that we need more income to retire comfortably. This means working longer or making adjustments we might not want to make, but have to. Rhonda had one retirement account from her job and a small pension as a federal employee. When she decided to retire, she had to turn her investments into immediate income to replace her work income. It was a challenge because she had to manage her lifestyle based on this new fixed income. So, understanding your circumstances and having a clear picture on your resources is crucial. While accumulating assets is essential during your working years, shifting your mindset towards creating guaranteed income streams for your retirement is equally important. This ensures that you have consistent sources of income to maintain your desired lifestyle throughout your retirement. The transition from accumulating assets to securing guaranteed income streams is a significant shift in your financial strategy. This is what we'll delve into next. So, teaching point number 3, why relying on asset accumulation alone poses retirement challenges. Remember, your financial situation can be improved, and a solid retirement plan can be established. It often starts with a clear picture of your goals and understanding how to realize the resources at your disposal best. This shift in perspective can be transformative, leading to a more secure and fulfilling retirement. In retirement, simply accumulating assets isn't always enough. If you're not careful, you might run into two major issues: running out of money before you pass away, or living too frugally, saving money for a just-in-case retirement. What do I mean by that? Well, this just-in-case mindset can lead to not enjoying your hard-earned retirement savings. It's like saving for a rainy day that never comes. But we aim for a more comfortable and fulfilling retirement. Often I like to say this: you don't spend the money on traveling, getting the membership, buying the things that you want in retirement because you might need those money, right? Just in case we need it in the future. But if you don't spend that money and you pass away and you leave that money to your kids, what do your kids do? join the country club, buy the boat, travel the world, right? All the things that you wished you would have done. So, do you want to live this just in case retirement, or do you want to enjoy your hard earned, saved money? So, what can you do? The first step is to get a clear retirement picture. What do you want to do and when? Your retirement years may look different at the start, middle, and end, and you must plan accordingly. Next, we'll assess your employer's retirement plan. What do you have? How is it secured? Is it tax efficient? How reliable is your pension? Can you choose a lump sum or an income stream in retirement? Social Security also plays a significant role. This will probably be your largest retirement income asset. We'll analyze when and how to claim your benefits. If you're married, we'll consider the best strategies for both spouses. Planning for a healthcare cost is vital, especially in those no-go years. Life insurance can provide security for your family and cover your burial costs. And if you want to leave a legacy, we'll look at how to pass your assets on to your loved ones. Lastly, we'll examine your assets and how to turn them into income streams, guaranteed to last for the rest of your life and your spouse if you need them to. The primary issue with solely concentrating on accumulating assets for retirement rather than building guaranteed income streams is that it can lead to significant problems in your retirement years. The key is shifting your perspective and creating a clear plan with guaranteed income streams. Building these income streams allows you to avoid the problems and ensure the retirement of your dreams. To recap today, we covered part one of my three-part video series on money security to create the retirement of your dreams, including 1, unlocking the full potential of your investments for retirement. 2, navigating retirement scenarios, one income source or insufficient funds. 3, why relying on asset accumulation alone poses retirement challenges. Now that you understand this critical importance of guaranteed income streams for your money security to create the retirement of your dreams, I invite you to request a free Retirement of Your Dreams call. To learn more, click below. Tune back in next week to part 2 in this series about money security, where we'll dive further into this and explore your best options. In the meantime, watch my free video to discover my 9-step Retirement of Your Dreams blueprint by clicking below. Thank you for considering retirement of your dreams as part of your financial team. We look forward to helping you on your financial journey. What was the biggest takeaway from today's video? Please go down below and comment in the comment section. I'm Jason Bergquist, empowering you to create the retirement of your dreams. Have a good day.